The rise of Awkwafina, from comedy to Hollywood star. What happens when a college dropout with a ukulele, a camera, and a sharp tongue decides to flip the script on what a Hollywood star should look like? You get Awkwafina. Once dismissed as a niche YouTube comedian, she's now a Golden Globe-winning actress, Marvel hero, and household name. But her rise wasn't easy, and it definitely wasn't traditional. From viral raps to critical acclaim, Awkwafina carved her own lane in an industry that wasn't built for her. And today, we're breaking down exactly how she went from being underestimated to unstoppable. Breaking in with humor and hustle. Awkwafina didn't tiptoe into the spotlight. She crashed into it with a rap about anatomy that went viral on YouTube in 2012. My Vlog, though controversial, was bold, funny, and completely unapologetic. It showcased her comedic instincts, musical creativity, and her refusal to conform to what women, especially Asian American women, were supposed to be in media. But let's be honest, going viral doesn't guarantee a career. In fact, it often puts people in a box. For Awkwafina, the challenge was turning that 3-minute laugh into lasting respect. She had no industry backing, no big-name mentors, just raw talent and relentless hustle. She hustled through odd jobs, rejection, and being labeled as too much until she forced the industry to take her seriously. Carving out a space in a rigid industry, Hollywood isn't exactly known for embracing difference, and Awkwafina knew it. She entered a system that rarely saw Asian American women as leads, let alone as comedians, rappers, or edgy personalities. Roles were scarce, and stereotypes were everywhere, but instead of conforming, she doubled down on authenticity. She embraced her queen's accent, her awkward energy, her unfiltered wit. And slowly she started to land roles, first in Neighbors 2, then scene-stealing moments in Ocean's 8. Her big break came when she played Peak Lin in Crazy Rich Asians, a film that shattered box office records and cultural barriers. Her performance was hilarious, yes, but it was also a statement. Awkwafina wasn't going to be a footnote in someone else's story. The leap into drama with The Farewell. This was the turning point. The Farewell was a quiet, emotional drama about family, identity, and grief, worlds away from Awkwafina's previous roles. And here's where the critics who once saw her as a comic gimmick had to completely reassess. Her performance as Billy was restrained, vulnerable, and deeply moving. She wasn't hiding behind humor anymore. She was showing range, depth, and control. It was the kind of performance that doesn't just surprise you, it stays with you. And the industry noticed. In 2020, she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, becoming the first woman of Asian descent to win in that category. Taking on Hollywood, her own way. With the world watching, Awkwafina had choices to make. Go full blockbuster? Play it safe with romantic comedies? No, she kept surprising people. In 2021, she entered the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, where she once again balanced comedy with emotional stakes. It was a career-defining move that exposed her to a global audience. But even with fame, she stayed true to her roots, taking on indie projects, producing her own TV show, Awkwafina is Nora from Queens, and supporting stories that spotlight underrepresented voices. She's not just acting in big films, she's shaping the industry from the inside, calling shots and creating space for others to follow. Navigating backlash and growing through it. Success doesn't come without backlash, and Awkwafina faced her share, especially regarding her use of AAVE, African American Vernacular English. The criticism sparked heated debates online, and for a moment it seemed like she might fumble the momentum she had built. But instead of hiding or lashing out, she took a break, reflected, and promised to do better. It wasn't a perfect response, but it was a human one. That willingness to listen, grow, and adapt showed that her rise wasn't built on ego. It was built on self-awareness. And in a cancel-prone culture, that kind of maturity is rare and powerful. Cultural impact and representation. Awkwafina's rise has done more than fill seats in theaters. It's expanded the imagination of what Asian American talent can look like in Hollywood. She isn't the polished, traditionally marketable star the industry expected. But that's exactly why she's so powerful. She brought working-class energy, raunchy humor, and fearless vulnerability into a space that long valued perfection over personality. Young actors and creators now see her as proof that you don't need to fit in to break through. You just need to show up, speak loud, and own your space. In that sense, Awkwafina isn't just a star, she's a disruptor, and every industry needs one. Building a brand without selling out. One of the smartest moves Awkwafina made was building her own brand without letting Hollywood define her. She didn't wait for permission to be seen, she created her own spotlight. From the start, she maintained creative control over her public image. Whether through her comedy, music, fashion, or interviews, Awkwafina presents a version of herself that's 100% real, flawed, funny, and deeply human. This is rare in an industry obsessed with polish. Her authenticity doesn't come across as manufactured, which is why audiences connect with her. And that connection isn't just surface level, it's loyalty. Mastering the crossover, comedy, drama, and everything between. It's rare for a performer to be equally comfortable making people laugh and cry, and even rarer to be excellent at both. Awkwafina's ability to master the crossover between comedy and drama is a massive reason for her success. In The Farewell, she played grief with painful honesty. In Shang-Chi, she was the comic relief who also grounded the story in friendship and emotion. In Nora from Queens, she doubled down on outrageous humor. This isn't just talent, it's versatility at its finest. Each role shows a different part of her emotional toolkit. While some actors coast on one type of role, Awkwafina evolves constantly. That range keeps casting directors interested and audiences invested, redefining what a leading woman looks like. Let's be real. Awkwafina doesn't fit the typical Hollywood mold for a leading lady, and that's exactly why she matters. Her presence challenges outdated expectations about beauty, ethnicity, and personality. She's not soft-spoken, she's not glamorized, and she's not afraid to be weird. Her leading lady status is built on personality, relatability, and presence, not on fitting into a box. That kind of visibility is powerful for young viewers who rarely see themselves in the spotlight. It's especially important for Asian American women who are often stereotyped into quiet, submissive roles. From YouTube to global star and still growing. What makes Awkwafina's story so compelling is that it's still unfolding. She went from uploading songs from her living room to headlining films, producing shows, and being on first-name basis with the biggest studios in the world. But through it all, she hasn't lost the awkward charm or bold voice that made her stand out in the first place. Her story is a living example of how authenticity, when paired with grit, can take you from overlooked to unforgettable. And if the past few years are any indication, we've only seen a glimpse of what she's capable of. Awkwafina's rise wasn't scripted. It was built from hustle, humor, and heart. From viral rapper to serious actress, she's proven that you don't have to fit the mold to change the game. If her story fired you up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your favorite Awkwafina moment. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more untold stories of today's most fascinating stars.